Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. We are clearly in a downtrend and they want you to believe it's because we had some data yesterday. We had some CPI data, or was it PPI? PPI data, sorry. Yesterday we had some PPI data. I can't say it because it's in the past, but we basically had some PPI data come in yesterday at 8:30 a.m. right after I made a video, and the price dumped spectacularly. If I go on the 4-hour, you can see we basically came up, hit the all-time high, and then we had this massive leverage flush. Now, this is all just manipulation. It is massive manipulation, like always, and it is Binance leading this. And all they're doing is liquidating a bunch of users. And as long as people store their cryptocurrency on Binance, this will continue to happen constantly. It's really unfortunate. They just sit here and manipulate the price and they liquidate longs repeatedly. I have lots of proof to show you of my claims. No, crypto did not pull back because of PPI or Russia or global warming. It came down to exact drawdown 50% line in the move from August 5th to the 13th, eliminating $1 billion of leverage. It was a ridiculous candle. If we go on like the 5-minute, I'm sure I can find it quite quickly. They're doing it more. As you can see right here, we have these yellow X's denoting market manipulation, and they basically just send a bunch of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. They dump the shit out of it and it liquidates a bunch of longs. So here it is over here. So exactly as we got the data, look at how ridiculous this candle was. Let me clean it up a little here. Look at how ridiculous this candle was. It was like 100 million, wait, what was it? 100 million, 100 billion, whatever the number was, $100 million in liquidations in like 5 minutes. Look at this. It was basically in 10 minutes, it was a 2.9% drop, a $3,500 Bitcoin drop. You see the same exact thing in all of the charts because they coordinate this using their algorithms or whatever they use to just continuously drop. It looks like they're now dropping it even more. It's getting really old. So here we go. Where's Bitcoin? Looks like they're dropping it right now yet again. If I go back to the trading indicator, I bet there's a little yellow X up here on the 5-minute, 1-minute, one of these. They're just continuously liquidating people. So whenever they feel like they're done liquidating people, the price can go back up. Everything on earth is bullish right now. There's a little bit of concerns about, the economy, but they're just overblowing this to liquidate 1 million people. It looks like potentially we're getting towards the bottom of it. I do have a green dot on my market cipher B indicator. I do have an affiliate link below if you want to try it out. So on the 24-minute, you can see we haven't got one past here since back here when they did this massive liquidation event. They're just selling Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, everything, just dumping it like crazy. So there you go. And then I was posting yesterday, I said, you can always tell when it's Binance doing the dumping because they don't dump their own coin, right? They don't dump BNB. They just don't do it. You can see everything else is down against Bitcoin and BNB is not. You can see here's the liquidation right now. Market makers dumping. I posted this morning. And then I get notifications on my phone that, it's 1,000 Bitcoin. They just continuously transfer thousands of Bitcoin and they just dump it onto the open market. And all they're doing is they're taking out this liquidity. And whenever they liquidate longs or shorts, they get to keep all that money. So they make hundreds of millions of dollars. And all they got to do is just move some cryptocurrency through their market maker, winner mute, and they dump like crazy. And that's all they have to do. Here you go. Market maker update over the last hour. This is today. So they did it yesterday. They did it today. They're just continuously dumping the market repeatedly. Here you go. So 11 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, 2 hour ago, 3, 4, every little hour. Here's Solana. This is millions. So 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars of Solana sent to Wintermute from Binance. And then here is Wintermute Ethereum. So here's, millions of dollars of Ethereum, right? In one clip, they sent $6 million. You can see it. $6 million in Ethereum in one transaction. But this was over just 30 minutes and they sent, I don't even know, a lot of money, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then here is Bitcoin, lots of money. I mean, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I mean, this is $100 million in the span of like 15 hours. So hundreds of millions of dollars. They're just repeatedly dumping on everyone. And the worst part is it's their price of their proof of reserves for July. They report having no Solana and no Ethereum outside of customer funds. So the worst part is they're using our money on their exchange, our cryptocurrencies to dump. That's all they're doing. So as soon as As long as people are using Binance, right now they're the biggest exchange now by volume. They are abusing the volume by doing all of these moves that shows up as a volume, right? When they just dump on the exchange. But you can see they have no Ethereum. They have a tiny bit of Bitcoin, it looks like. Binance Net, they have a tiny bit of Bitcoin. They have no Ethereum, zero. Look at, they have exactly customer funds. They have one Ethereum. They have one Ethereum to their name. One Ethereum, literally, look at this, 5,998, 5,997 in customer funds. Solana, basically the same thing. They have no Solana. They have no Solana. They have no Ethereum. They have no XRP. They don't have any of that, right? They don't have any of that. So they're literally using our funds that we're holding on their exchange to dump on us and liquidate people who are trying to trade. This is what's happening. This is the market we're in because they're in an offshore, unregulated, they're just continuing to do it right now. And TradingView has been very slow today. Lots of lag. They're going to continue to dump. Yeah, they're continuing to dump just repeatedly. Yeah, there's another market manipulation. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Wow. So another market manipulation. So if we go look at the liquidity levels, I mean, how low can they go? They can go as low as they want. They can just sit here and do this all day long. It costs them nothing. They just send the funds, they dump, and they just continually do it. So they're probably heading towards 116,500 if I had to guess. There's a lot of liquidity right there on the 24-hour. They've already blasted through most of the other liquidity. If we go to the 12-hour, you can see they're just continuously dumping down. If we zoom out, is there more liquidity down? I mean, they could go as low as they wanted to. They did get most of it actually already if you go on the 3-day. So they've gotten most of it. There you go. You can see they got it. They got most of it. So maybe eventually they'll run it back up to 120K. There's a lot of liquidity up top. So whenever they feel like they're done liquidating longs, they'll start liquidating shorts, right? I mean, but they could go all the way down to like 116 if they wanted. And then they can just run it right back up and liquidate everyone going back up. So we're at the mercy of Binance. Whenever they feel like they want to be done dumping on us is when we can finally go up again. So it's pretty toxic. It's pretty lame. It's kind of the story, you know, Binance is based out of what, Seychelles Isles or something. There's actually a lot of liquidity down at 115. That'd be pretty brutal, or even 111 if they really wanted to. This is the 2 week. So they could literally dump as much as they wanted. I mean, they could take us all the way down to frickin' 100K if they wanted to. They can just continuously do this and there's nothing we can do about it. They have the most amount of cryptocurrency on their exchange. It's literally our user funds, but they can just continue to do this. And it's really unfortunate. So what you can do is you can actually use these to trade. So if you want to try leverage trading, I have a link below for Bitunix. If you want to try some longs, I was way in the profit last night. I should have closed. And then now I'm way negative. So I was expecting this. I was expecting them to only grab, you know, some of this down here. They cleared all of this and I thought we were going to move back up, but they're just continuing to dump. So I thought maybe when we had our little crypto report from the SEC this morning that we'd see a nice pump out of that, but it seems that most people are kind of just scared out of the market right now because, I mean, look at, they're just repeatedly dumping. So I did think maybe we were going to get it on the 24-minute. I saw my green dot. It is now erased. I do have a bullish divergent here. So you can see these green bars. It is showing that it's like a bullish divergence. So this might continue for a while. You can see this started, you know, we had probably maybe one more push, two more pushes. See, when this happened last time, and then we ran back up. So, you know, this can only stay on here like a certain point, and then the price will correct back to the upside. So I'm expecting us to go back up a little bit here. So we'll see a bounce, but I mean, everything is like violently red right now. So it's pretty brutal right now. Yeah, pretty brutal. But I mean, again, I still think that Bitcoin is going to post another all-time high. I think Ethereum is also going to get another all-time high this week. This month for sure. This week maybe. I mean, in the next week. So we'll see what happens here. Ethereum, a nice big dump right now. So we are down to 4,400. We could retest this old all-time high of 4,100, cycle high, not all-time high. And then we could turn around and go right back up. So we'll see what happens. Again, we're at the mercy of Binance and Wintermute. They can do whatever they want, and they get away with this consistently. So until everyone basically boycotts Binance, there's really nothing we can do. They can just do this repeatedly. I mean, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just full selling as much Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, everything they have. So if you do want to try to leverage trade, affiliate link below, use these, right? So basically just use like the 24-hour on here and just look at basically for these. And what Marty Party was talking about, the 50% pullbacks. So if we go to like the 4-hour, you know, when you have a move like from here to here, the 50% pullback is this, you know, the 0.5 on the Fibonacci. All you do is you take this little fib retracement tool, and they usually target about a 50%. You can see we're actually going a little bit lower. So we're actually going to, it looks like they're maybe trying to get it to the 0.618. There's a lot of liquidity down there. They're continuing to just dump repeatedly. This is brutal, man. So pretty unfortunate that they're legally allowed to do it because there's no laws in Seychelles Isles where they're based out of, so they can just sit here and repeatedly do this, and there's no one to stop it. So that's unfortunate. But that's it for the video. That's kind of my rant today. It's just really annoying to see this repeatedly. This has been happening since honestly since Trump came into office, and reduced the lawsuits from the SEC, you know, because there was like lawsuits against Binance and stuff. And ever since we've been more relaxed on this, Binance has been doing this repeatedly. You know, usually they use like tariffs and stuff like that. Usually that's what they're using is like tariffs. All right, tariff announcement. They usually basically just use bad news and then they dump this. And it's like kind of to hide their tracks, right? Because they don't want people to know that, you know, this is Binance. If people knew that this was all Binance, no one would use the Binance exchange. But I don't think a lot of people know about this. So that's what we got going on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Again, affiliate links below. This is the best way to support the channel. And we got bullish on the 1 hour, bullish divergence on the 1 hour starting to form. Once this moves over to like 2 hour, you'll see some big pumps. Even on the 1 hour, we should see some relief sometime soon, just because we have these green bars here saying that we got some bullish divergence. So anyways, that's it for the video. It's really lame, getting annoyed of this nonsense, but have a great day, everyone. Stay safe out there. See you guys.